Well done today, Matt. How did you find that in the end?
That was tough, yeah. Pitch was pretty dry, so it made it hard for us to play our usual stuff. Sorry, I'm struggling to speak because my mouth's dry. 1 second. But I thought we were good. We battled really, really hard. Limited to them to good chances. Joe came out for so many corners and crosses, so I thought we defended really well.
Yeah, Joe, I was just going to say that. It seemed as though Aberdeen were looking to get the crosses into the box. How did you find that challenge today?
Yeah, I remember when I was 16 playing in the first team, and that was their plan for me, so I don't know, that was obviously the game plan today. It was a good victory.
Just on that, Matt was saying how difficult the conditions can sometimes be when you're wanting to play your football. What was it that made it so difficult as well in terms of the way you were trying to play in that first half?
Look, we've got to give a lot of respect to Aberdeen. I thought they pressed us really well. They made it difficult. You know, the pitch was dry, that's not an excuse, that's a fact. And we're not as free-flowing as we want to be at the moment. You know, new management, obviously with clear ideas that we're trying to adhere to, and it's tough. But we're working hard, we work hard every single day. We're going to get better, but I think that shows huge character to when we're not necessarily our silky best, we're still going to get a big result away from home.
I was just going to say that, is that bedding in process and just working on the good bits and the bad bits?
Of course, I think the manager's made it clear he's here for a long time. So look, you can't just come in and snap your fingers and play the way someone wants you to play after we had such a clear way of playing for 2 years. But it's not through lack of trying. You know, I can speak for this squad. Everybody wants to get their head down, everybody wants to work hard. The manager's been superb since he's come in with his messaging. And look, we're trying to play a really expansive, eye-catching way of football, but not everyone can do that. It's not easy, so like I say, we're working on it.
Matt, you were talking to me before the game about getting your numbers up. Another goal. How pleasing was that?
Yeah, it was good. I think it came at an important time as well because we had to weather the storm a little bit for about 10-15 minutes in that second half. So yeah, in those moments it's about really taking your chances and putting the game to bed, and yeah, thankfully I did that.
Joe, tell us what it's like for a goalkeeper when the defence, not only has it changed with Carl Starford's gone, Mike is out now in, but what was it like in game as well when there's obviously changes with injuries?
We're quite a fluid squad. I think we back everyone. I think a huge shout out to Mike today. I thought he was fantastic. But Welshie coming on at half time in a tough environment. You know, losing someone like Cam, you know, hopefully it's just for this game, but that can rock a team. But not, you know, Welshie absolutely superb when he came on. Like I say, Mike was fantastic. Yes, all those things can affect the squad, but I think we're doing brilliantly at not letting things like that affect us.
It was a good win today. Well done.
Thank you.
So, Brendan, what's your assessment on today's win?
It was a very good win for us. Obviously, Barry is the team very well set up. It's always difficult to play against that sort of man-to-man and quite direct style, but we got through the game really well, scored some really good goals. Disappointed with the goal that we gave away from a static goal kick. Second half we settled a little bit better. But a tough place to come, and I think Barry's shown that in the period he's been playing. That man-to-man marking is a challenge, and always is, and obviously the directness into our defensive line early. So, but the boys stood up to it, and it's a really good win for us.
You scored goals at key times as well. After they equalise, you go up and score, and also at the end when Aberdeen were pushing. What does that say about the mentality and the character?
Well, yeah, there's no doubt on that. I think the attitude of the players is top class, and it's always a good sign for a team when you can start well and finish strong. So it was always in the balance, of course, but once we get the third goal, we can then control the game. The guys coming into the game, the subs, really came in and settled the game well for us and made a really, really important contribution. Any
areas you feel you still want to do better at and work on?
Yeah. Oh, there's lots to work on, but I think it's the beauty of the squad. They're a group of players that want to learn, want to be better. There's many areas that we can improve on, and that's the beauty of it. It's still very early on in the season, and there's a long way to go. And I think each day they will get better and better. So, but whilst you're looking to improve performance level, it's important to win, and it's 2 out of 2. We've scored goals, and I'm pleased.
You made the changes at half-time. Firstly on Cameron Carter-Vickers, how is he?
Hopefully okay. He felt his hamstring a little bit, so we just have to, assess that and see what it is. We didn't want to put any more risk on it. Rio coming in was just a tactical one, I felt, and the second balls. There was a lot of direct balls in the first half when we, in midfield, we weren't getting around the second ball. So he's quite tenacious in there, Rio. So bringing him into the game, but then he felt maybe a little issue in his calf. So we'll see how that is in the next couple of days.
With making the changes, and Joe Hart was in here talking about the likes of Stephen Welsh coming on and doing really well, does that say a lot about the squad and how you have to be prepared and ready when you do have to come in and be called on?
Yeah, and it really is a squad game when you're at a club like Celtic. There's so many games, and every game is a big game. So, but Welsh was excellent when he came in. You know, he trained so well, and Oldham as well comes in, makes an impact. Yang does really well for the third goal. So yeah, it's important that the players are always ready, and I think you've seen that there today, that when they come in, they contribute it.
You know how important momentum is from your previous time at Celtic. Do you feel that's starting to build now? A couple of wins, and again, mentioned it before, not many European qualifiers or any European qualifiers before that kicks in, that you can really build momentum before the Champions League group stage. Yeah, that's the aim. Is to obviously you don't play Champions League till mid September, so the idea is to develop the game model in terms of performance level, because that's always vital for us. Because we perform well, we've a much better chance of winning. Players adapting to our work. Probably in the first half we went too direct too many times. Whenever we can play with more of a pause in the game and push them back, but that's just getting used to how we want to work, having that variety in the game, so we have depth we can go to, because we've got great speed, but also making those short, quick passes, which is important for us. So, but yeah, whilst we have plenty of time to work in the week, we can use that time wisely and just keep improving, which is the aim. How close are you to getting a replacement for Carl Starfelt?
Very close. I'm pretty sure that next week we'll get that done.
Appreciate your time. Well done.